an international story that happened here in Arizona, Flagstaff. A person unfortunately lost their lives in Flagstaff July 1st, and it took a little while to do the testing and all that, but we found out they died of the pneumonic plague. And I think when people hear the word plague, they go, what's going on? What are we talking about here? I mean, this is the thing from the 1300s. Is it coming back? You immediately hear all the jokes from people saying, oh gosh, we had COVID. Now we got the plague going on. All these different reactions and thoughts out there. So we kind of want to wade through it all, hear the science of it all. What actually should we be concerned or not concerned about with this? So we actually have a doctor joining us right now, Dr. Sammy Hoshi. He's an infectious disease expert over at Brazo Health. First off, thank you so much for joining us, doctor. I appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you for having me, Stephen.
Absolutely. So let's start off here. And I think this is the main question everyone has when we talk about a plague death in our state. Should we be concerned right now? Is this going to start spreading like wildfire?
Well, hopefully not. Usually, like the cases are like not much. We don't see it much. Of course, we need to be concerned. It's gonna alert us there's something happening right now. We need to be concerned, but we don't need to be worried much. We have medication. We're good to keep going. If there's anything unexpected happen, hopefully not. But we should not be like concerned much.
Something I thought was interesting is the medication part of this. So the county health department, they put out a timeline of all of their actions from July 1 to July 11th when they started to alert the public of what was going on here. And that was when they got their final confirmation testing. As they said that they had assumed it was some part of the plague. It takes a while to get that confirmation. They said they started giving antibiotics to close contacts. And they actually said one person did have a fever and shortness of breath. And then they started giving antibiotics to the medical team that cared for that person, and then also to the medical examiner's office as well, once they realized, this was the plague they were dealing with. Doctor, is plague medication, I am blown away by this. Is this just something hospitals have? They have medication for the plague?
Correct. It's an antibiotics. It's basically not only one antibiotic. There are 3 antibiotics. They're available in the hospital for other bacteria we are treating on a daily basis. That's the reason it's available. Fortunately, this medication or this antibiotic specifically is good against pneumonic plague or plague in general. So that's why when I talked to you guys even yesterday, I said it's available. So we should not be concerned about availability of the medication.
Well, doctor, I was wondering, I think we all learned in school, fleas, rats. Up in northern Arizona, what are the vectors that might transmit a plague to a human being?
So usually it's a flea bite, the flea rodents basically when it goes get it from an infected animal and it goes to another animal, which also infects it. So usually human beings are not the source usually, they are not basically just not a reservoir. It happens very rarely. But if the flea comes and bite the human being, of course, it's gonna have it. Sometimes, if you're mowing your lawns and the animal infected like a rodent or a prairie dog or something, and it keeps going, inhales that aerosol, it's gonna be infected. Usually we hear about plagues. It's a historical disease. We hear it on textbooks. We don't see it usually. This is the first case now in Flagstaff. However, it's gonna alert us. So let's say a patient comes with shortness of breath, chills, fever, and we are concerned now about plague. So hopefully it does not happen. We are well equipped. If something happens, we can take the medic. We have all the measures. That's my point, basically.
Yeah. And something we heard also from a lot of people is, okay, this person died July 1st. They didn't alert the public till July 11th, though. Why does it take so long to get that confirmation?
Because, like, number one, the disease is very rare. You need to confirm it first before you tell the public. You don't want anybody to be anxious about it, especially
Sure.
when you hear the word plague. Uh, Sometimes it takes a significant amount of time to find out on the test. Sometimes you need to send it to other labs. We have few lab work we can get, but we don't want people to get basically anxious about the disease in general. Now we have it. We get the results back positive. And we alert the community, so we are all aware of the situation. Again, hopefully there's nobody gonna get it, but we need to keep our eyes on it.
Well, great that everybody started receiving antibiotics though within 2 days. I mean, the public wasn't necessarily aware because you're trying to figure that out, but at least all of the people that were close contacts, they got those antibiotics. That's fantastic. Doctor, have you ever treated someone with the plague before?
No, we don't. Like, as I said, like it's
rare.
very rare to have these cases.
Yeah.
It's number one case. Hopefully it's gonna be the last, but we don't see it like very rarely. Like now this is the first case, so we'll see. We'll keep our eyes on it. Hopefully we don't get any. And I think many of my peers did not have case of plague. We read about it. It's in history. We have the medication against it, but we
It's
need
rare.
to be